Reed emailed me a black and white photograph. An impossibly tall man with feathered wings stood shackled on stage, surrounded by horrified onlookers. This man vanished in 1922, Reed said. He was a dying billionaire, worth $3 billion, recently diagnosed with terminal liver cancer. I met him at his office. He looked frail, but his handshake was firm. The famous Red Primara, he said. I just go by Vadim now. He told me about Chazakil, a circus performer claimed to be one of the Watchers from the Book of Enoch. Chazakil was the star attraction, Reed explained. A railroad tycoon named Threll had sent detectives to find him, but they vanished too. In the late 1980s, a photo surfaced on a conspiracy board. It showed an angel on an operating table, mutilated. The person who leaked it claimed they worked at Parallax, a genetics company founded by Threll's grandson, Reed said. I agreed to investigate. Days later, I found an email from someone named Null Sequence, who claimed their father had worked at Parallax. Project Nephilim, they said. They were trying to sequence the angel's DNA. I learned her father had died under suspicious circumstances. She sent me photos and journal entries. Chazakil's body had been further mutilated, wires embedded in him. I called Reed. Now we just need to get you into that lab, he urged. I discovered the old lab was for sale. Reed arranged a tour. When I arrived, I felt an eerie presence. Katie, the realtor, mentioned rumors of hauntings. I asked to see the basement. I'm not supposed to take people down there, she said, but I insisted. In the basement, I found a locked metal door. It felt warm to the touch. Suddenly, I felt dizzy, and visions of Chazakil flooded my mind. Are you okay? Katie asked. I shook it off. Later, I returned with tools to break in. After hours of drilling, the door finally opened. Inside, I found Chazakil, crucified to the wall, wires connecting him to machines. He smiled at me. Are you going to save me? He asked. I hesitated, but the promise of truth drew me in. I cut the bolts holding him. Alexei betrayed you, he whispered. I laughed, realizing the truth, but then Chazakil swallowed me whole. Pain coursed through me as I bled from every pore. When I awoke, Chazakil stood over me, black blood dripping from his mouth. Take me to Reed, he commanded. I drove all night to deliver him. Weeks passed, and I began to change. I grew taller, my body aching for raw meat. Then wings sprouted from my back. I tried to warn Reed, but he wouldn't answer. On TV, he looked healthy, launching a new genetics company. He was continuing Project Nephilim. I stared at my reflection, wings unfurling behind me. What was I becoming? Would you trust a creature like Chazakil, or would you run? Share this with someone who always dives into the unknown.